I want to talk a little bit more about that new officially licensed Halloween 2 board game. And you will recall that this is something that that we talked about a few weeks ago. That Fright Rags and Stop the Killer. They've put out a few horror based board games already. One was based on Silent Night, Deadly Night. One was based on My Bloody Valentine. They're kind of hitting all the holidays. Now they're doing one based on 1981's Halloween 2. And it's kind of a hot time for Halloween themed tabletop board games this summer, because not only are we getting this from Fright Rags and Stop the Killer, as we've also talked about previously here on Michael Myers Monday, we're getting a new officially licensed Halloween 78 tabletop board game as well from Trick or Treat Studios, that one. And we're also getting an unlicensed original kind of tribute to the slashers of the 70s, and specifically Halloween. It's called 1978, The Night They Came Home, and that's yet another tabletop slasher board game that takes place on Halloween in 1978, go figure. And you can read more about all of these at HalloweenDailyNews.com. I've put the links down below. But tonight, we got a little bit of update specifically on the Halloween 2 game. And that is because the Kickstarter page went live this past week. We got some new images, and we also got a pretty cool 7-minute trailer for this bad boy. And the trailer is really good. Actually, it's filmed really well. It's quality. It's kind of like a fan film. It takes place during the events of Halloween 2, but it's actually some events that we've not necessarily seen before in the film, if that makes any sense. You can watch that over at HalloweenDailyNews.com, and you can also find the link to the Kickstarter campaign. I'll play a little bit of it here so you can see what it is. And I'm not really going to turn the volume up. I'll turn it on just lightly in the background, but I'm going to kind of narrate over this and give you the lowdown on this game. Like I said, it is officially licensed from the 1981 sequel, Halloween 2.
Can we turn it off now? I don't want to think about it anymore.
It is produced by Fright Rags in partnership with Stop the Killer. And their Kickstarter campaign just recently kicked off with the release of this 7-minute trailer. And there you see there's some board games being offered by a nurse. It takes place at the hospital during the events of the film. But these are like some other characters that we don't necessarily see in that film, until one particular one that we know eventually shows up. But it's a very inventive, very cool advertisement for this product. Now, according to the official announcement in Halloween 2, the game, Michael Myers is back. This is a retro-style tabletop game based on the classic slasher sequel, in which you can play as Dr. Loomis, Jimmy, Sheriff Brackett, Nurse Karen, and more characters from the film. And you will try to stop the Shape from reaching Haddonfield Memorial Hospital and killing Laurie Strode. The game is made for 1 to 4 players, and it features a double-sided board that allows Michael to stalk and kill with 3 levels of difficulty. And as you go through the levels, you collect weapons, you face obstacles, you set up roadblocks, you draw unpredictable cards, answer trivia questions, which we should all be good at, and flick the retro spinner to determine your fate. I'm going to jump ahead so you can see a little more of this trailer here, which is really good. This is a great Michael Myers performance that they've got here. The mask looks very H2 appropriate. And as you can see, you're getting some shots very geniusly worked in of the game, because that's really what they're doing. They're playing the game here. And that's what you do in the game. You're at the hospital or around the hospital trying to stop Michael Myers. Now, this Kickstarter exclusive edition, which you can pre-order right now at the link in the description of this video, it includes 2 expansion packs with 8 additional player pieces. And some of these additional player pieces include Laurie Strode, good old Bud, Nurse Marion Chambers, and others. It also includes 10 more game cards in addition to the standard edition, I guess, and a trivia setback round. A variety of other upgrades will be unlocked if stretch goals are met, and the Kickstarter is running now until July 13th. It starts at $59 and fulfillment is projected to begin in December. This trailer looks really good, and the idea for this game, I mean, I know a lot of people, when we say Halloween game, a lot of people are hoping and looking for a video game at this point, and I certainly get and understand that. But this is nonetheless pretty damn cool to see. Now, one thing I did want to look at is we're going to go over and I'm going to pull up a couple photos so you can see a little bit of what we're talking about here with this double-sided board game and some of the weapons that you can collect. Here, let's where is that? Okay, there it is. And we can maybe enlarge that a little bit. All right, so there's a pretty good look at what this game entails. I mean, some of the artwork. I mean, they've got artwork, some of which we've seen before on Fright Rags apparel, but they've got new artwork that they clearly shot for this game with their own Michael Myers actor, which I think is awesome. And I love the detail of it. I mean, when you start looking at some of the squares on the board and you start to zoom in, I mean, you see things like the word Sam Hain written in blood on the classroom wall. You see the badge of Officer Deputy Hunt. You know, just different weapons. And then when they were talking about earlier about picking up those weapons as you go, you see some of the weapons from the film, the scalpel, the knife, and so forth, the hammer, and so forth. I love the colors, though. Now, in this one, specifically, you're trying to stop Michael Myers. You'll recall that in the other Halloween 78 board game coming out this year from Trick or Treat, that one you will have an option to play as Michael Myers as well, I believe. So this all looks really cool to me. I think it definitely is a way to make your game nights more exciting for sure. We did put the link to that Kickstarter where you can pre-order right now. It's in the description of this video. Let me hear your thoughts if you're going to be pre-ordering this, or if you already have, like some of you I know already have. Are you more excited for this one or the Trick or Treat Halloween 78 board game? Are you buying them both? Have you pre-ordered them both? I'd love to hear from you.